On August 17th, 2024, buying a home in California will get even more difficult and even more expensive. And it's not because mortgage rates will suddenly shoot up or inventory will suddenly plummet. It's because of a change in the rules about how real estate agents earn their commissions. The National Association of Realtors and the California Association of Realtors have conspired to make home sales a lot more profitable for the big agents and moneyed home sellers and a lot more expensive for the average home buyer. And I know this because I'm a member of those realtor associations. My name's Jon Schwartz, and I've sold tens of millions of dollars worth of homes in Southern California. In this video, I'm exposing exactly how the big money in California real estate has twisted the rules to make even more money at the expense of home buyers. And then I'm going to show you how to keep from getting screwed over. If you're thinking about buying a home in California, trust me, you cannot afford to skip this video. Let's get into it. On August 17th, new rules about agent commissions go into effect. Before we get to the new rules, let's make sure we understand the old rules. Traditionally, a real estate agent would charge a homeowner 6% to sell their home. The percentage has always been negotiable, but traditionally, it's 6%. This 6% is then split between the seller's agent, who markets the property, hosts the open houses, etc., and the buyer's agent, who works with the buyer to find the home and complete the purchase process. So each agent earns a 3% commission from the sale of the home. This is called the Cooperative Compensation Rule. Each agent represents their own client, but they're effectively cooperating to complete the sale. And let's put some real numbers on this. Right now, the median home price in California is just over $900,000. So each agent earns $27,000 on a median California home sale. That's a pretty good commission for a single sale, right? That's why California currently has about twice as many agents as homes for sale. Anyway, back to the commission rules. There's been a years-long class action lawsuit against the National Association of Realtors arguing that the cooperative compensation rule is a scam, that it's not just anti-competitive collusion, but a conspiracy to defraud home sellers. And last year, the National Association of Realtors lost the lawsuit. Now, I'll leave it to other YouTubers to argue the merits of the case. Frankly, I don't really care. Right or wrong, the Realtors lost. So on August 17th, the cooperative compensation rule goes away, and what replaces it, while a nice win for home sellers and a huge win for high-powered agents, is an epic loss for California homebuyers. Let me show you why. Effective August 17th, the seller's agent can no longer offer any commission or compensation to the buyer's agent. And, starting August 17th, home buyers have to agree in writing to pay their agent's commission before even seeing a property. What does that mean in California? Well, it puts the burden of the 3% buyer's agent's commission on the buyer. That's an additional $27,000 that the buyer has to come up with, on top of the down payment and closing costs, to buy a median California home. The seller's agent is fine in this scenario. They still get their 3% commission. And the seller does great in this scenario. They only pay a 3% commission to their own agent, so they get to pocket an extra $27,000 from the sale. The big loser in this scenario is the buyer, who on top of a massive down payment and on top of closing costs has to find another $27,000 to pay their agent. There is a workaround, but it also sucks. A buyer can ask for a concession from the seller. A concession is money that the buyer gets back at the closing. So a buyer could make an offer that says, I'll pay you $900,000 for your median California home, but I'll need $27,000 back at the closing table. The buyer then uses that $27,000 concession to pay their agent. Simple. Of course, the problem is, when you make an offer with a $27,000 concession, you're just making an offer for $27,000 less. You could offer $27,000 more with a $27,000 concession, but you're going to run into problems with the lenders who cap concessions in order to avoid fraud. Aha, you're thinking, I just won't use an agent. I'll go directly to the seller's agent, make a solid offer with no concession, and not have to pay a buyer's agent $27,000 for what? Scheduling some showings? If only it were that easy. You see, this is where the California Association of Realtors and the big money, high-powered agents who fund them decided to fuck you over. Though the settlement does not require this, the California Association of Realtors will be adding a new item to the listing contract that the seller and the seller's agent sign. It's right here. Additional compensation to seller's broker if buyer is unrepresented. That's right. The seller's agent can charge more, and trust me, will charge more, if they take on an unrepresented buyer. So while you think you're being so smart by going directly to the seller's agent, you're actually increasing the seller's agent's commission, which in turn lowers the value of your offer. Literally nobody benefits except the high-powered agents who already sell most of the homes, and now, thanks to this new language, will be able to profit even more off California homebuyers who can't afford their own representation. So, to recap, starting August 17th, California homebuyers will have 3 shitty options. 1, pay for your own agent out of pocket on top of the down payment and closing costs. 2, make an offer with a concession that not only devalues your offer, but will also be constrained by your lender. Or 3, have no agent at all, which not only puts you at risk because you have no representation, but also allows the seller's agent to charge more, thereby devaluing your offer. Simply put, California homebuyers are getting screwed on August 17th. So what's a California homebuyer to do? Well, I've been stewing on this for a couple months now because I work with a lot of buyers, and especially first-time buyers. And I think I've come up with a solution. First off, we have to admit that most of what a buyer's agent does is bullshit. Agents hate hearing this, but in 2024, it's beyond true. You can find every home on the market for yourself at Redfin or Zillow or Realtor.com or Homes.com. New listings have open houses that you can visit without needing an agent to schedule something for you. In fact, Redfin and Zillow now prominently display the seller's agent's phone number right under the main picture. So if you do need to schedule a showing, you can just call the seller's agent yourself and ask. What a buyer's agent is good for, if they're a good agent, is helping the buyer make offers, then shepherding the buyer through the purchase process once an offer is accepted. Because buying a home is a process, one that typically takes 30 days. There's an escrow account, an earnest money deposit, title, and homeowner's insurance to secure. Most contracts include 3 contingencies that are individually removed over 2 or 3 weeks. There are inspections to conduct, bids to acquire, repair costs to negotiate. And look, none of this is rocket science, but at each step of the process, you need somebody there to tell you what's going on, tell you what your options are, and then translate what you want to do into the correct paperwork. So I've managed to take that part of the job and separate it from the rest. That way, you don't pay for what you don't need, meaning you can pay a lot less to get just the stuff you do need. Secondly, I've streamlined the stuff you do need to make it even less expensive. Let me show you what I'm working on. This is an in-progress build of Blueprint, the website I'm making that will soon be live at buywithblueprint.com. On the left, you see the buying process broken down into 12 steps, from making an offer to closing. In the center, for each step, you'll have some short video lessons to watch. This is how I'll explain to you what's going on and what your options are. Through a form, you tell me exactly what you want to do. There might be some documents to upload here or there, and when you have a question, which you will, or need specific advice, just ask through the chat on the right and I'll answer right away. By reducing the buyer's agent's job to what it should be, and then streamlining that process as it should be, I'll be able to offer full service representation to home buyers anywhere in California at a fraction of the traditional cost. I'm talking a few $1,000s tops. That will allow you, as a home buyer, to make a strong offer with no concession because your agent's fee is so low. Or make an offer with a small concession that your lender will actually allow. Either way, working with me through Blueprint will enable your offer to stand out and win in this new buying environment. And remember, this isn't AI or DIY, either of which will get you into trouble. You'll be working with me, a real California agent with years of experience whom you can trust to answer your questions and give you sound advice. I'm rushing to get Blueprint done before August 17th hits us. In the meantime, go to buywithblueprint.com to sign up for the interest list. When Blueprint goes live, everybody on the interest list will get an additional discount, so be sure to sign up today. Look, the changes coming August 17th are a big suck for California homebuyers, but I'm genuinely excited about Blueprint and how it will help savvy homebuyers keep costs low and make offers that stand out. Also, I'm going to start posting videos on this channel about shopping for a home without an agent, which is actually easy and fun and shouldn't cost you anything at all. For the rest of the home buying process, get ready to buy with Blueprint at buywithblueprint.com.